Some motorcycles are built to ride for a season, but Honda builds bikes that ride for a lifetime. From smooth touring machines to bulletproof commuters and iconic sport legends, these motorcycles have proven that reliability isn't luck, it's engineering perfection. For decades, Honda has delivered bikes that start every morning, outlast trends, and keep riders smiling mile after mile. Today, we're counting down 15 of the most reliable and best Honda motorcycles of all time. Which one still rules the roads today? Stay tuned, because the #1 Honda might just surprise even the most loyal riders. Number 15. Honda XR650L. Some motorcycles grow old. The Honda XR650L just refuses to. Built to outlast riders, trails, and even time itself, this machine is the very definition of toughness. It's not just a bike, it's a survivor. A no-nonsense dual sport that's been almost unchanged since the early 90s. Why? Because Honda got it right the first time. Underneath the rugged frame lies a 4-stroke, air-cooled, single-cylinder engine that has earned a reputation for being nearly indestructible. It pumps out just enough power to conquer highways and dirt trails with equal confidence. No fancy electronics, no unnecessary gadgets, just pure, mechanical Honda reliability. Riders call it the cockroach of motorcycles. It simply refuses to die. Weighing around 346 pounds, the XR feels surprisingly light for its class, and with nearly 11 inches of suspension travel, it glides over bumps and ruts like a mountain goat. Seniors who still crave adventure love it because it's easy to maintain, comfortable to sit on, and built to handle anything from desert sand to city streets. The seating position is upright and natural, giving perfect visibility and balance. The soft seat and wide handlebars keep posture relaxed, while the torquey engine ensures smooth, predictable acceleration. It's not built for speed, it's built to go anywhere and keep going. Even decades later, brand new XR650Ls still roll out of Honda's factory. Few motorcycles can say that. Used models can be found for around $4,000 to $6,000, and they'll likely run forever with little more than oil changes and love. It's the last of a dying breed, the kind of bike that makes riders remember why they fell in love with motorcycling in the first place. Simple, honest, unstoppable. If you've ever ridden a Honda that made you fall in love with riding all over again, hit that like button right now and subscribe to our channel. It tells us you're one of the real riders. But if the XR is a rugged, dirt-loving warrior, the next Honda masterpiece takes comfort, technology, and touring elegance to an entirely different level. Number 14. Honda NT1100 Touring. When Honda built the NT1100 Touring, they didn't aim to reinvent motorcycling, they refined it. This isn't a flashy superbike or a stripped-down cruiser. It's the ultimate middle ground, a sport tourer designed for riders who crave comfort, efficiency, and endless miles without fatigue. Powered by the same parallel twin engine found in the legendary Africa Twin, the NT1100 delivers smooth torque and unbreakable reliability. Its dual-clutch transmission, DCT, one of Honda's most brilliant inventions, allows riders to glide through traffic or highways effortlessly. No clutch lever, no shifting stress. For seniors who still love the open road but want a relaxed ride, this technology feels like magic. Weighing just under 550 pounds, it's remarkably balanced. The low seat and upright riding position make it accessible to riders of all sizes. Long journeys feel natural. The wind protection from the adjustable windshield is excellent, and the large fuel tank gives a cruising range of over 250 miles. Used prices hover between $9,000 and $12,000, making it one of the most affordable premium touring bikes you can buy today. And with Honda's bulletproof reliability, it's not just a purchase, it's a lifelong companion. And just wait until you see which Honda machine still holds the crown as the most practical of them all. Number 13. Honda NC750X. If there's a motorcycle that defines the word practical, it's the Honda NC750X. This isn't a bike built to impress onlookers, it's built to impress its owner every single time the key turns. Efficient, comfortable, and almost unbreakable, the NC750X is the go-to choice for senior riders who want a dependable companion that never complains, never surprises, and never quits. At its heart sits Honda's ultra-reliable parallel twin engine, tuned for torque rather than top speed. Producing just over 50 horsepower, it delivers buttery smooth acceleration that feels strong in real-world riding. Whether you're gliding through city streets or cruising open highways. What makes it special? It sips fuel like a commuter scooter, easily delivering 60 to 70 miles per gallon. Weighing around 470 pounds, it's light enough to maneuver easily, but solid enough to feel stable at any speed. Used models usually sell between $5,000 and $8,000, depending on year and mileage, and they routinely exceed 100,000 miles without drama. This bike isn't loud, flashy, or intimidating. It's the strong, silent type, dependable, intelligent, and always ready. It's the motorcycle equivalent of that friend who's calm under pressure and always gets you home safely. But while it shines in practicality, the next Honda on this list elevates touring comfort to legendary status, blending speed, refinement, and luxury into one unforgettable machine. Number 12. Honda's 1300 Pan-European. The Honda's 1300 Pan-European is what happens when engineering perfection meets cross-continent ambition. This motorcycle isn't just built for long rides, it's built to devour them. It's a grand tourer in every sense, the kind of machine that makes a 1,000-mile trip feel like a gentle Sunday cruise. Underneath its sculpted fairing lies a silky smooth V4 engine producing around 126 horsepower. The power delivery is seamless, the acceleration effortless, and the throttle response feels more like a luxury car than a sport bike. Yet, it's still distinctly Honda, reliable, predictable, and perfectly balanced. This bike was designed for the long haul. The shaft drive means no chain maintenance, and the aerodynamic fairing shields riders from wind, rain, and fatigue. The seat is broad, soft, and built for hours of riding comfort. The riding position is neutral, the handlebars naturally placed, and the adjustable windshield fine-tunes the airflow perfectly for riders of all sizes. Weighing around 680 pounds, it's substantial but never unwieldy. The low center of gravity, thanks to the V4 layout, makes low-speed handling smooth and confident. Whether you're carving mountain roads or crossing state lines, the ST1300 glides with poise and serenity. Even today, it's revered among touring veterans for its bulletproof reliability. Many examples have clocked over 200,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and routine maintenance. Used models can be found between $5,000 and $8,000, offering luxury-level comfort at a fraction of the price of modern tourers. The ST1300 isn't just a touring motorcycle, it's a statement, a reminder that power and refinement don't need to shout. They can whisper confidently, effortlessly, and endlessly. The Pan-European defines luxury on wheels, but what about a legend that proves that true greatness sometimes lies in the simplest machines ever built? Number 11. Honda Rebel 500. The Honda Rebel 500 is a masterclass in simplicity, style, and soul. It is the kind of motorcycle that quietly wins hearts not by shouting power, but by whispering freedom. Its liquid-cooled, parallel twin engine delivers smooth, predictable power, perfect for both new riders and veterans who crave effortless cruising. Every twist of the throttle brings a steady, confident surge that feels balanced, never rushed. Weighing around 400 pounds, the Rebel 500 is light, nimble, and incredibly easy to control. Its low seat height and relaxed riding position make long rides comfortable even for smaller riders. The minimalist design gives it that timeless appeal. Clean lines, exposed steel, and a subtle attitude that never fades. The fuel efficiency is another major win, stretching miles effortlessly with each gallon, making it the kind of bike you ride all weekend without worrying about the pump. New models start around $7,000, while used Rebels in great condition can be found for under $5,000, an incredible value for a bike that lasts for decades. The Rebel 500 isn't flashy, but it's one of Honda's purest expressions of freedom on two wheels. And as we move from this modern cruiser, prepare for a motorcycle that took Honda's adventure DNA and carried it across continents. A machine that could climb mountains, cross deserts, and still look beautiful doing it. Number 10. Honda Transalp XL 650. Few motorcycles carry the spirit of adventure quite like the Honda Transalp. Born to explore, it blends reliability, endurance, and grace in a way that only Honda could master. The original XL 655 defined the term dual sport touring, while the new XL 750 brings that same DNA into the modern age with sharper performance and refined comfort. Powered by a liquid-cooled parallel twin engine, the Transalp delivers smooth torque across the rev range. It's not a wild beast, it's a trusted companion. Every throttle roll feels deliberate, every gear shift feels right, The suspension soaks up bumps like poetry, making even rough roads feel forgiving. Whether you're gliding through mountain passes or taking dirt trails towards the horizon, the Transalp inspires confidence. Its tall stance, long travel suspension, and upright ergonomics make it perfect for long rides. It's a motorcycle that feels as good after 5 minutes as it does after 5 hours. The fuel tank holds enough for serious range, while the seat design supports true endurance. The Transalp has earned its legend through decades of real-world reliability. The 𝐏𝐄𝐑 models from the 90s are still running strong across Africa, Europe, and South America, proof of Honda's unmatched durability. The modern 𝐏𝐿750 carries that torch proudly, giving riders adventure performance with the same indestructible charm. New Transalp models start around $10,000, while used 𝐥L650V versions can be found for as low as $4,000, a bargain for a global explorer. Enjoying the ride? Smash that like button and hit hype. It's the best way to support this channel. But as good as the Transalp is, Honda built another machine that defined the word bulletproof, a motorcycle that became a global favorite for one reason: it just refuses to die. Number 9. Honda CBR 600RR. The Honda CBR 600RR isn't just a sport bike, it's a legend forged in the fire of competition. Every detail, from its razor-sharp fairing to the silky smooth gearbox, radiates the spirit of speed and precision. This is the machine that turned countless riders into believers. A Honda built not just to ride, but to dominate. At its heart roars a liquid-cooled inline-4 engine that screams with controlled fury. The power delivery is silky, the response is lightning-fast, and the sound, that signature Honda symphony, rises like an orchestra of adrenaline. One twist of the throttle, and the bike becomes an extension of your very instincts. Weighing just over 400 pounds, the CBR 600RR dances through corners with breathtaking elegance. It's nimble yet stable, aggressive yet refined. Every movement feels like it's guided by thought alone, an almost telepathic connection between rider and machine. The chassis is perfection. The suspension absorbs every imperfection, and the aerodynamics, sculpted for both beauty and speed. This is Honda engineering at its most disciplined and its most daring. It's reliable enough for everyday riding, yet fierce enough to tear up a racetrack. No complex electronics, no unnecessary gimmicks, just pure performance and the timeless Honda dependability that never fails. Newer models hover near $12,000, while older ones, still running strong, can be found for around $6,000. Either way, you're buying a masterpiece of balance, speed, and soul. But if the CBR 600RR is the beating heart of Honda's racing legacy, the next machine is something different, a motorcycle that carries the soul of the past and the grace of time itself. Number 8. Honda CB 1100. The Honda CB 1100 is more than a motorcycle. It's a love letter to the golden age of motorcycling, a symbol of when machines were built with character, chrome, and craftsmanship. It doesn't try to impress with technology, it impresses with soul. At the center of this beauty lives an air-cooled inline-4 engine, smooth as silk, strong as steel. It doesn't shout, it sings. Every rev is a reminder of a simpler era when riding was about the road, the wind, and the journey. The CB 1100 feels solid, honest, and timeless. Weighing about 550 pounds, it balances strength and stability perfectly. The riding position is natural, the handling is confident, and the experience absolutely unforgettable. It's the kind of motorcycle that makes every ride feel like a memory being written in real time. No screens, no riding modes, no distractions, just pure mechanical perfection that speaks to the rider's heart. Every chrome reflection, every gentle hum of the engine, every smooth gear change reminds you why Honda became a legend in the first place. Back when it was new, the CB 1100 sold around $12,000, but today you can find a mint one for $8,000 or less, a price that feels almost unfair for a motorcycle this iconic. If any of these classic Hondas bring back memories of your first long ride or your first taste of freedom, smash that like button and subscribe. This channel is built for riders who never stop dreaming. And while the CB 1100 celebrates the beauty of the past, the next Honda in this list takes that same spirit and carries it forward. Built not for nostalgia, but for pure, endless endurance. Number 7. Honda Super Cub C125. Few motorcycles in history have changed the world like the Honda Super Cub C125. It's more than a machine, it's a cultural icon, a symbol of simplicity, reliability, and pure freedom. Since its first debut in the late 50s, the Super Cub has sold over 100 million units worldwide. That's not just a number, that's a legacy carved in chrome, steel, and human memory. The C125 carries that same timeless spirit. From its step-through frame to the round headlight and charming retro curves, it's instantly recognizable and utterly unforgettable. Powered by a 125 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine, it delivers smooth, fuel-efficient performance that feels effortless, whether cruising through city streets or gliding along quiet country roads. Weighing just over 240 pounds, the Super Cub feels light, responsive, and playful. And because it's a Honda, you can expect it to run for decades with little more than oil, care, and consistency. Used models today hover around $3,000 to $4,000, depending on condition, and they hold value astonishingly well. It's not just transportation, it's a time machine, carrying the spirit of freedom from the mid-20th century into the modern age. But from this world of timeless simplicity, we now move into a realm of refined power where engineering meets elegance and speed meets soul. Number 6. Honda VFR 800 Interceptor. The Honda VFR 800 Interceptor is not just a motorcycle, it's a masterpiece of balance. A bike that manages to be both sporty and sophisticated, powerful yet polished. This isn't for reckless riders, it's for those who understand the art of control and crave performance that excites without exhausting. At its heart beats a V4 engine, one of the most glorious power plants Honda has ever built. The sound alone, that deep mechanical growl that turns into a silky roar, gives goosebumps to anyone with motor oil in their veins. The Interceptor doesn't scream, it sings. Weighing about 530 pounds, the Interceptor feels solid, stable, and reassuring. It's that rare machine that can carve mountain roads in the morning and cruise home in silence by sunset. The ergonomics are spot on. The handling is razor sharp, and the engineering is pure Honda genius. With clean examples priced around $4,000 to $7,000, the Interceptor remains one of the most reliable and well-built Hondas ever created. Few bikes age as gracefully, and even fewer can make riders smile this wide, this long. But while the VFR rules the pavement with refined power, the next Honda on this list trades polish for purpose. Built not for smooth highways, but for the dusty, untamed world beyond them. Number 5. Honda CR F450L/CR F450RL. The Honda CR F450L and CR F450RL are pure motorcycle magic, machines forged from racing DNA and built to survive anything. These bikes are Honda's rebels, wild, untamed, and beautifully simple. At the heart sits a 450 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine, delivering torque that hits hard and fast. The throttle response is instant, the feel is raw, and the ride is pure excitement. This is not a bike for comfort. It's for riders who still crave adventure, the kind that smells like mud, fuel, and freedom. Weighing about 289 pounds, the CRF feels feather-light yet powerful. Its long-travel suspension devours bumps like air, giving you confidence whether you're crawling over rocks or slicing through mountain trails. It's stripped-down mechanical honesty at its finest. No complicated tech, no gimmicks, just engineering perfection. These bikes have earned a cult following among riders who demand reliability above all else. Owners routinely hit tens of thousands of miles without issue, proof that Honda's dual sport lineage is alive and strong. Used models usually sit between $6,000 and $9,000, a fair price for a machine that can outlast nearly anything with two wheels. And yet, from this wild power, another kind of legend awaits. A machine not defined by its roar, but by its power. Number 4. Honda CB750. The Honda CB750 didn't just change the game, it created the game. This was the motorcycle that redefined what reliable performance meant. Before it, big bikes were loud, leaky, and unpredictable. But when Honda dropped the CB750 in 1969, everything changed forever. This wasn't just a motorcycle, it was a revolution. The world's first mass-produced inline-4 engine, perfectly balanced and smooth as glass. With about 67 horsepower, the CB750 could cruise comfortably all day or roar down a highway like a bullet wrapped in chrome. And yet, what made it legendary wasn't just power, it was reliability. This was a bike that started every time. It didn't leak oil, it didn't rattle itself apart. It just ran day after day, year after year. Mechanics called it the most dependable engine ever built. Riders called it magic. The design still turns heads today. That shimmering chrome exhaust, the round headlight, the clean, symmetrical tank lines. It looked as good parked at a cafe as it did screaming down Route 66. With its low seat, linear power delivery, and perfect balance, it's one of the easiest vintage bikes for seniors to ride. Smooth, stable, and friendly even at slow speeds. It's not a fight to handle. It's a conversation between man and machine. Depending on condition, you'll find a CB750 for anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000. And every dollar buys not just a bike, but a piece of history. Don't go anywhere, because the top 3 bikes coming up are pure legends. The kind of motorcycles that redefined Honda's legacy and built millions of loyal fans. Trust me, you'll want to see what made them unstoppable. Number 3. Honda Africa Twin. The Honda Africa Twin isn't just an adventure bike, it's a passport to freedom. Born from Honda's rally dominance in the Dakar Rally, the Africa Twin blends power, balance, and comfort into one of the most respected adventure tourers ever built. Underneath its rugged body lies a parallel twin engine, available in both 1,000 and 1,100 cubic centimeter versions. It pumps out smooth, tractable power, not aggressive, but commanding. That's what makes it perfect for seniors. It doesn't punish mistakes, it forgives. It carries you, not the other way around. The Africa Twin's ergonomics are a masterclass in long-distance design. The upright position eases your spine. The wide bars relax your shoulders. The seat is plush but firm, keeping you supported for hundreds of miles. Add its tall stance, clear windscreen, and excellent suspension, and you've got a bike built for forever rides. Prices vary depending on the model year, but most used Africa Twins range between $8,000 and $14,000. A small price for a machine that can literally outlast its rider. We all know the Africa Twin embodies adventure, but our number 2 takes things back to pure, laid-back cruising. The art of simplicity, style, and effortless comfort. Number 2. Honda Shadow Aero 750. The Honda Shadow Aero 750 is the definition of easygoing cruising. For seniors who crave style, comfort, and relaxed power, few motorcycles deliver the experience like the Shadow. It's smooth, low, and timeless. A motorcycle that turns heads not because it's loud, but because it's beautiful. Power comes from a 750 cubic centimeter V-twin engine, tuned for low-end torque and buttery smooth acceleration. It's not about racing, it's about that steady, rhythmic pulse that makes every ride feel like a slow dance with the horizon. The Shadow Aero sits low, perfect for riders who want both confidence and control. The wide seat is soft and inviting. The bars fall naturally into your hands. And the floorboards? A dream for long rides, allowing your legs to stretch comfortably without strain. At about 540 pounds, it's light enough to maneuver with ease, yet solid enough to feel planted at highway speeds. The suspension glides over bumps, soaking up imperfections. The chrome accents glisten in sunlight, while the deep, throaty exhaust note brings nostalgia roaring back to life. But here's the best part. It's a Honda. That means unbreakable reliability. Many riders report running their Shadows for decades with nothing more than oil changes and occasional tire swaps. Most used Shadow Aeros can be found between $4,000 and $6,000, making it one of the best value cruisers ever built. It's not trying to prove anything, it's just here to remind you why riding feels so good, simple, graceful, and endlessly peaceful. Like what you see? Hit like, and don't forget to hype. That's how you help us grow. Number 1. Honda Goldwing. All generations. There are motorcycles, and then there's the Honda Goldwing, the king of comfort, the emperor of endurance, and the undisputed symbol of luxury on 2 wheels. For decades, the Goldwing has been more than a bike. It's been a throne on the highway, carrying riders across continents with grace, power, and absolute confidence. Since its first appearance in 1975, the Goldwing has evolved through generations, each one refining the art of long-distance travel. What started as a 4-cylinder GL 1000 grew into the mighty 6-cylinder GL 1800, a machine that feels less like a motorcycle and more like a private jet with handlebars. Every inch of this machine screams comfort. The seat is a masterpiece of cushioning. The riding position keeps your back straight and your arms relaxed. The massive fairing shields you from wind like a fortress, while the suspension glides over bumps as if the road itself bows in respect. Even passengers call it a rolling recliner. Depending on the model year, used Goldwings range from $5,000 for older classics to $25,000 for newer models. Yet every one of them, regardless of age, offers that same unmistakable sense of Honda perfection. The Goldwing is not just a motorcycle, it's a legacy, a reminder that the best rides aren't about racing time, but about embracing it. Click the next video because the journey doesn't end here. Every great rider knows there's always another road waiting, another engine to fall in love with, and another story written in the wind. If these legendary Honda motorcycles stirred your passion, hit that like and hype button. Drop a comment and tell us which Honda stole your heart, and don't forget to subscribe.